Hi, my name is Linda DeGroot, and I'm 49 years old. March 26th of 2011, I was playing ladies pickup hockey at Farquharson Arena, and we were having a little game of shinny, and I fell. I was skating forward and went to skate backwards, and I fell and hit my head on the ice.
My name is Marilyn McManus, and my injury occurred on February 21st, 2012, and it was a skiing accident.
My name's Rob Staffen. I got my injury cycling. I'm an avid cyclist. I was at the Joshua Tree National Park near Palm Springs, California.
My name is Alex Stacey, and I was injured in March of 2011 playing varsity rugby for the University of New Brunswick.
My name is Lisa. I was bike riding one night and I fell off my bike and I wasn't wearing a helmet and I split my hip on pavement.
I'm Daryl Broadhagen and I fell off of the roof and hit my head.
You are not allowed to watch TV, you're not allowed to read, you're not allowed to have any exercise whatsoever, you're not allowed to be on the computer. So to me, that was, I always called this the recipe for depression. Because
The first words, if I need to say it in two, is lonely and isolated. Because I'm a busy person, you go from the extreme of having a life to having a couch. So depression is always kind of at your heels.
Go from being a active person to pretty much doing nothing. Angry, a little depressed, frustrated, very frustrated.
I wore sunglasses 24/7 inside and out when I was really light sensitive, and I felt really awkward because it was drawing attention to myself. Like people would think, oh, you're too cool to take your sunglasses off inside. But you get over that really quickly because you feel so sick that you just don't care.
it's wearing sunglasses in a store. Well, when someone's wearing sunglasses in a store, there's something wrong. Like, I don't care how you try to slice it, that's odd. And I remember getting to the checkout, and I have my sunglasses on. I'm looking at my money, and I can't count the money.
I couldn't figure out how to operate the elevator. There was 2 floors in the building. Like, I walked in on the main floor and got in the elevator and stood there and looked at the 2 buttons, and I just did not know how to get up there at all.
And I call it brain fogginess because it just feels like part of my brain's just a little foggy. It's not quite perfectly clear. When I look at things, when I think about things, I'm just 1 second behind compared to what I was before. My vision was completely screwed up, my balance, and I'm very competitive. I like sports, I love sports, and I was shocked at how the impact was on everything.
I knew that I wasn't right, and I'll just keep it as that because most people will know what that means. You're just not right, you're not yourself.
And I think that's what a lot of people don't, I think, get the piece of brain injury, because you look fine on the outside, but inside you're just a complete mess.
I would say to people, I've lost myself and I don't know where to find me.
It just sort of seemed that I was in like a stall pattern because everyone talks about just give it time. Eventually things will come back, everything's coming back, you just need to give it time. But there was never anyone who was able to give me guidance on specifically how to get through a day, how to modify things so that I might be able to take them on now with what I've got right now, instead of waiting until I felt better.
And then to come here and meet them, and then instantly they say, yes, you have these deficits and you need our help and we can help you. There's a light at the end of the tunnel if you do what we ask and stick to the plan. things can come along.
I consider it the full meal deal in that I had social work, physio, occupational therapy, and speech and language.
They have a very comprehensive program that reaches out to families and encourages support at every level. So immediately they invited my husband to join in, and I thought that was fantastic because the people who are around you, you can't do this alone. You need help, you need support.
As soon as I got in the course and started to hear each week from the therapist of things you need to do as an outpatient, it was like a light bulb went off.
I was just symptomatic all the time because I had no clue what brought on my symptoms. I had no clue how to manage it. And at Parkwood, they have an exact formula and they know it so well, and they know exactly how. And if you follow what they say, you will get better.
The biggest thing I've taken away is just a general sort of empowerment to look at ways of taking on things differently.
I will say now I am forever grateful for all the support and guidance, respect and understanding I've received from Parkwood and the team, and I'm not sure what I would have done without that support. Pacing. Know your limits.
Hands down, the planning and pacing. Absolutely, without a doubt, the day planner. I fought it. I remember going to the ABI 101 and they talked about the day planner. I thought, I'm never going to get a day planner. I don't do anything all day. I'm never going to write down. And of course, I did. And that's the one thing that saved me.
A lot of pacing and planning, those are huge. Take a nap when you need one. Don't try to be the hero.
And I think the most significant thing that Becky taught me was to plan and pace. And so I had like a calendar and I would write down, like I would break my whole day into hours. And so for this hour I'd do this, and then I needed a rest for an hour. Then this hour I would do this, and then I needed a rest. And so without doing that, I still do that even now. I look at my day ahead. I don't have to write everything down, but I still have an iPad and I still write down when my sleep's going to be, when I'm going to have lunch, when I'm going to do exercise. So that planning and pacing, that was 2 years ago about, and I'm still using those strategies.
The click in my head was when we put tape on a pair of glasses and I could read without stumbling over words. And it was like, wow, this is going to be pretty cool.
I take medication and anti-anxiety medication at night that helps me sleep through the night, and that's huge. If you want to get better, you have to be able to sleep.
Nutrition. I found that was critical.
And I think Return to School Group was a big turning point for me. I think it had the greatest impact on my life in the last 6 months. I would definitely say.
Especially the part where Becky Moran shows you the Parkwood points plan. I was allowed 12 to 14 points a day, and if I get in trouble, it's because I've done 2 days in a row at 17.
Going the 10-point system, it sucks really badly, and I hated every single second of it. But it will bring your symptoms down to nothing. It will manage you. I, for a long time, just tried to keep doing things because I felt like I had to be productive, and you can't. You have to say no and just allow yourself time to heal.
It's a very different exercise to reframe things to ways that are going to make me successful now.
Look back often and make sure you see how far you've come, and don't get lost in that I didn't make it to the end kind of thing.
I just think that it's taught me a lot what is important in life, that your family, your friends, your faith, how you treat others. And my new favorite saying is, don't sweat the small stuff, because it's all small stuff.
You know, there are still some days where I think, I'm better. I don't have a brain injury. So I have to have people say, Linda, you still have a brain injury, except that you did everything right today. You planned, you paced, you took your medication. That's why you had a good day.
So I will say regardless of what you face, and despite the dark days and uncertainties that we see from as an injured person or a family member or friend, the rewards of your efforts are potentially enormous, and never give up.